Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. This is part two of the Democrats are making the move to remove Joe Biden. If you are in, if you can see me, if you can hear me, please make sure to give this video a thumbs up and leave a comment letting me know that you see me, that you hear me, that you are here with me. Ladies and gentlemen, now it's no hiding anymore. Joe Biden has been given ultimatums. He's been told many times to step down, actually, even last year, but he refused. He gets anger tantrums. He starts screaming. He starts shouting. He starts threatening. Not only that, but Jill Biden does not want to let go of power. She's also power hungry, and we see it with the way she treats Joe Biden. A wife that truly loved her husband would not allow her husband in such a depleted mental state to go through what he's going through. Now, before I put up on the screen the news articles and we go through it, I got to give a big shout out to the sponsor of today's video and this channel. Ladies and gentlemen, Midas Gold Group. They're a second generation Christian veteran family owned gold, silver, and precious metals IRA company. They protect your money from Bidenomics, and that is Biden-inflation, high gas prices, collapse of the dollar, and bank runs. They have gold, silver, they have graded coins, they have one of ones. Convert out of IRAs or just get a little bit to protect your money. And you can get free silver when you tell them Vlad sent you. So go to MidasGoldGroup.com or call them at 480-360-3000 or text Vlad, VLAD, to the number 232425. Everything's down below in the description. Let's get right into it. Now, I'm reading, there was a prophecy out of that Biden was going to be given the chance to step down, but he refused. And now, so he will step down and change. Yes, that's what I heard too, that, they've been telling him to step down. But like I told you, ladies and gentlemen, yesterday, from what I was hearing, from what I heard, is that he was given one last chance. They said, you either destroy Trump on the debate stage next week, or we are getting rid of you. Now, this is what I heard 2 days ago. I reported it on yesterday, and now even the Gateway Pundit is reporting on the same thing. Democrat insiders reveal Clinton, Obama, Pelosi, Schumer's secret plot to replace feeble Joe Biden. Democrat insiders have blown the whistle on a secret plan to replace feeble Joe Biden if he falters in his initial debate with Trump or if his poll ratings continue to decline, the Daily Mail first reported. The Gateway Pundit previously reported that Florida Representative Anna Paulina Luna says that she is, quote unquote, hearing on Capitol Hill that Joe Biden will likely be replaced as the Democratic presidential nominee by November. Now, let's keep going. Now, I played the Luna clip for you guys before. Where was this part? Here we go. Sorry, here we go. Now, DailyMail.com has learned that if Joe Biden stumbles in his first face-to-face off with Trump, or if his polling numbers keep falling, it'll take a united front of the liberal grandees to make Joe throw in the towel. The only people who could force him out would be Barack Obama, Bill Clinton, Nancy Pelosi, and Chuck Schumer. One Democratic strategist told the Daily Mail, it would have to be the four of them collectively, and the process would be high risk. However, there is another potential complication, and this is what I reported a year ago on. Biden could stubbornly refuse to step down and continue his campaign until Election Day. If Biden refuses to step down, it would put the Democrat Party in a difficult position. They would have to contend not only with a stubborn incumbent, but also with a potentially backlash from leftists if Kamala Harris is passed over for the nomination. Ladies and gentlemen, I don't think Joe Biden's going to step down. I don't think he's going to step down. I think Joe Biden is going to run to the very end. I think on November 5th, it's going to be Trump versus Biden. Here's why. Think of the gold nugget that they will be handing Trump if they remove Joe at the Democratic National Convention and replace him with, let's say, Big Mike and Newsom. And then if Kamala's not on the ticket, one, he's going to say, y'all kicked out a black woman for another black woman? Wasn't Kamala Harris good enough? Right? Or why is Newsom running with Big Mike, not Kamala? That's number one. Number two, who did any Democrats vote in the primary? There was a Democrat primary and a Republican primary. Trump won the Republican primary election in historic numbers. Nobody's even come close to how Trump won this primary election. Number two, there was a Democrat primary election. Joe Biden did horribly, but he won. They had to get RFK Jr. out, but then at the national convention, they just take Joe Biden, get rid of him, put in Newsom and Mike. What Trump then has an amazing argument saying, did the American Democrat people vote for this? And then he turns to the audience and says, see, this is what I've been saying all along. The system is broken. They don't care about what you want. We've been saying all along, we know you're not going to run, Joe. Stop lying to the American people. Stop lying to your voter base. But you said that's a bunch of malarkey and nonsense. Yes, we are. He's a man of great strength and wisdom. But here at the DNC, without warning, you remove Joe and replace him with Big Mike and Newsom. You lied. How do you know that this is what the people wanted? They didn't run in the Democratic primary election. Those are nuggets for Trump. Those are great arguments. And then he looks at the American people and says, they've been lying to you. It's not about what you want. It's about what they want. It's not about who you want. It's about who they want. Trump is going to win a lot of moderates, independents. Now, I want to play you a video that Trump actually released this morning. Let me open it up for you. You're going to love it. What's going on? Here we go. Let me make it full screen. It is on the Twitter page. This is Trump's brand new ad, and it's amazing.
Prices at the pump have gone up in the state of Wisconsin, and drivers, yes, we're feeling a hit to our wallets.
Expect to pay even more. The drivers I spoke with say it's hitting their pockets hard.
And this ad is specifically for Wisconsin. So if you live in Wisconsin or you know someone that's in Wisconsin, send them this video.
Rising prices are taking a toll.
We have noticed a dramatic increase in prices at the grocery store just across the board.
Inflation hits us hard. Home prices, rent, food costs, they're soaring.
I don't know how families are supposed to sustain like this.
Many food pantries are seeing a large increase in demand due to rising food costs.
My husband, Andy, and I, we have been in the food pantry business for 2 decades now, and this is unprecedented.
Owning your own home in Waukesha County is getting harder.
Wisconsin housing costs have been skyrocketing.
Even renting is a challenge. They're saying, well, teachers and firefighters living in Waukesha County can't afford to own their own home.
One Wisconsin community is pleading with the White House for help.
Whitewater's police chief and city manager wrote a letter to the White House. They're asking the Biden administration for help as this city of about 15,000 handles an estimated 800 to 1,000 migrants.
The Fond du Lac County Sheriff's Office takes a man into custody in a child sexual assault case just after midnight on Sunday. Authorities say he was in the U.S. illegally and believed to have paid the victim's mother to be alone with the 12-year-old.
That's right. That's right. Time to get rid of Joe. Time to get rid of him. Time to fire him. Now, ladies and gentlemen, what do you think? What do you think is the plan of the Democrats Party? I mean, I actually think they're going to run Joe. I don't care who they, even if they somehow messed around with the Constitution of the United States and were able to run Obama again, I don't think it would look good for them. I mean, you literally had this guy sit out, or this person, whoever they might want to replace Joe with, they set out the primary, the Democratic National primary election. Joe ran it. Vivek Ramaswamy on the debate stage was actually calling out Democrats, saying, hey, we don't think you're going to run this guy, so stop playing this farce. Get rid of him now. Bring in whoever you're going to bring in. Let us debate that person. And they said, oh, you're a crazy conspiracy theorist. But then if they actually do change, right, get rid of Joe and put someone else in, then all the quote-unquote conspiracy theorists are correct. And the Democrats are the ones who've been lying. So that's more nuggets and more argument points for the Republicans to go against the left with. So I think they've waited too long. I think they've waited way too long. They should have done this a year ago, where Joe Biden should have come out and said, look, I'm not running for re-election. I'm going to retire. I'm going to sit back. And then they should have ran somebody else through the primary. That would have been their only chance. The people have already made up their choice. The people have already made up their choice. Who's going to be voting for Trump or who's going to be voting against Trump? There's maybe a couple 100,000 voters nationwide that are still swingable, right? And the fight is going on for them. But ladies and gentlemen, I have concluding amazing news for you. Ready? Drum roll, please. The Persistence. It is a conservative man who goes around the country and registers brand new voters. As of 2 days ago, for the first time in over 4 decades, in the state of Pennsylvania, we have just under 1,000 more registered Republican voters than Democrats. Let me repeat that. For the first time in just over 4 decades, there are now officially more registered Republican voters in the state of Pennsylvania than there are Democrats. And the Persistence, he is fighting for Pennsylvania. He truly believes if whoever takes Pennsylvania wins. And that's where the fight is. Now, I believe there are going to be states flipped. Trump is beating Biden in Minnesota. There are 2 different polls. In one poll, he's beating him by 2 points. In another poll, he's beating him by 5 points. Now, Minnesota is red if you don't take Minneapolis. But hey, people in Minneapolis have had, yes, Scott. You're talking about Scott. Thank you, Mary. People in Minnesota are fed up. I know people who live in Minnesota. They live in Minneapolis, and they say the tides have turned. Ladies and gentlemen, we saw in the primaries, Miami go red. First time in like 48 years, I believe that was. The Democrats are going to get a shocking awakening on election night. Why? Because while they're running, Trump's a bad guy, don't vote for him. Trump was running on policy. Secure the border. Drill, baby, drill. No more wars. No more taxation. We need to get rid of the taxes on tips, and we need to get rid of income tax and fund the government through tariffs. Did you know that we are the only country in the world that has an income tax, but we don't tariff? Why are there no Fords, Chevys, and American cars in Japan, Europe, But there are a lot of European and Japanese cars in America, because in order for Japan or Europe to bring, or Germany to bring their cars here, they don't pay barely any tariffs, like 1%. In order for an American car to go to like Japan or Europe, it's 30, 40, 50% tariff just to bring it in. And if you want to ship from America through Canada, through Alaska, and that way you also got to give 22% tariffs to Canada, and then another 30, 40, 50% tariff to Europe or Japan. But for them to bring cars here, they don't tariff. Then we tax our people, and we are the only country in the world that every year we have trillions of dollars, hundreds of billions of dollars in our budget for foreign aid. We don't get any foreign aid. Germany's rich. Poland's rich. Right? They're Italy, France, Canada, they don't give out foreign aid, and they don't give us any foreign aid. Why are we the only ones who always have to give foreign aid? And at the same time, we don't tariff them, but they tariff us. We tax our people, they don't tax their people, and then we take our people's money and send it to them. And then we send it to Iran, to Hamas, to Israel, Ukraine, and everybody else. Everybody gets something except the American people. They just give everything up. Whew, this topic gets me fired up, ladies and gentlemen. No other country in the world funds their government by taxing their people the way we do. They tariff their products. We don't tariff anybody. We tax our people. We send our jobs overseas. We send our troops to die for conflicts that have nothing to do with us. Like the saying from World War I, young men killing other young men that they don't know for old men that know each other. Young men killing other young men on behalf of old men that do know each other. Ladies and gentlemen, love each and all of one of you. Let's go through these. Yep. Stay calm. Yeah. Joe Biden's helping endless wars continue and not end. And we need to stop it. Ladies and gentlemen, I don't know about you, but I feel so bad for the nation of Ukraine. Because my wife is from Ukraine. My grandparents are from Ukraine. I still know a lot of people that live in Ukraine. They don't want this war. They don't want this war. And 99.999% of the country are not far-right extremist Nazis. It's just a few battalions that control Zelensky. What we need to do is we need to finally stand up. There is an awakening happening in this country. It is a spiritual awakening. It is a mental awakening. It is people who are waking up to the reality of life. And when Trump in 2016 stood on that debate stage with Hillary Clinton and said, the system is rigged. It is rigged against the American people. And it is the elite who rigged it for their own benefit. They only use you, and they lie to you, and they send you to fight wars. They tell you, oh, you gotta, it's for your family and safety. It's not. It's just for their pockets. That is the moment Trump became the most hated man among globalist politicians and the most loved man among American patriots, because he stood on that stage and said the system is rigged, the system is broken, the system is against you. But we're taking it back in Jesus' name. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for your time. Love each and every one of you. Give this video a thumbs up. Again, a big shout out to Midas Gold Group. Ladies and gentlemen, these are patriots, non-commission based salespeople. They'll take care of you. They'll give you free silver and qualifying orders when you tell them Vlad sent you. Again, go to MidasGoldGroup.com. Call them at 360-4000. Links down below in the description. Trump 2024 or sooner.